Hello there and welcome to another video from Darth Bricks at Jedi of Lego. So I'm going to show you how I do a build again. This is another one I've been after for a while. It's the Clone Wars era Y-Wing and it's usually quite expensive to get on eBay. But I managed to get this one about 80% complete off eBay. You'll see, I'll put a picture here of what it actually looked like when I bought it and when it arrived. So the vast majority of it was there. As you can see, I'll also put in a picture of what it should look like. It was missing a lot of parts. So, first step is I cleaned it. I had a bath, and yes, I took my toys into the bath with me and gave it a good scrub with a toothbrush. There was a lot of sun damaged parts. Now you can actually see the difference with the sun damage here. Like obviously this part here was covered and this part at the end was obviously left open to the sun. You can see the difference if I show you. There's the white part. But this is reusable because wherever this was used, switch it around, that bit's going to be undercover, that's there. So that's an okay bit. A lot of the parts though were too sun damaged and I've chucked them into my spares. They might be able to be used for some project. So I took it to bits first. Then I look up on Lego's website for the actual kit. So I go to their building instructions. It's in the help section. There you go, help and find building instructions. Now you can just do a general search for the name of the ship, or if you know the code. So there is what it should look like there. And you download the instructions, which come as a PDF. Now the very first thing I did was I scrolled to the bottom of the instructions and I went through every individual part. And what I did was I catalogued it to make sure what I had from the eBay purchase and what I had in my own kit. Here is my box of spares. It's usually spread out a lot more than that. So went through everything with the exception of the minifigures. I've got some of them which I can put in it. This one did originally come with an Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Skywalker and an R2-D2, but I'm sure I've got spares of them I can fit in. So I went through all these parts. It did take a couple of hours to see what I had and what I needed. What I needed, I wrote down the code, how many parts I needed, and as you can see there was a wee bit more, and what colour I need. Headed straight on to Bricklink. I went to some of my favourite stores there. Forging Bricks is probably my favourite store, where I get the vast majority of the bricks. Some of the bricks, for instance, this wee one, this kind of corner slope piece here, and that one, I think there's some sort of trans clear dome as well. Had to get them from individual buyers, but I have ordered them and they should be on their way. So I will add them to this collection and hopefully we'll be able to get the build underway and you'll see what it's like when it's finished. So this is what it looks like when the Bricklink orders start arriving. I try to get as many bricks as I can from the one store to cut down on postage, but obviously that's not always possible. So I'll get these opened and add them to the collection to be built to the ship. So opened all the packs and built as many as I could, realising one hadn't been delivered yet. It's the one that contained the 3 of these that I am needing. Luckily, it arrived in the post today, so let's get this model finished off. So here we have the finished model. And I think it looks superb. It's much bigger than I expected it to be, and it looks fantastic. There are still a few kind of sun damaged parts. You can see this yellow is slightly darker than maybe the newer colour, but you can't really notice that. The one sacrifice I had to make is I'd ran out of 1x2 yellow tiles. So on both sides I have got 2 1x1s. It's not noticeable. And if I come across any in the next few building projects, I'll just switch them over. Now, this set was originally meant to come with an Anakin. I did have a spare Anakin in there, so there he goes, he's in there. It was meant to be an Ahsoka Tano. All my Ahsoka Tanos that I have, I don't have any spare, they're all in other sets. So I put in his partner in crime, Obi-Wan Kenobi, a wee hooded version of there for the Clone Wars. Should be an R2-D2, but I so happen to have a spare Obi-Wan and his droid, so I've put that in there. It does the job. The droid actually works as the firing mechanism for the old style rocket that's in here. I'm not going to fire it off because if you're a Lego fan you'll know about it. The older style rocket with the rubber stopper at the end. I had one of them spare, which means I didn't need to order it, which was good. There are a few wee sun damaged parts. Oh yeah, these two bits here are meant to be yellow, but I didn't order other ones because I had two white ones, and I think you'll notice that the theme of the white and yellow, they actually go, so they're fine. I like this wee compartment here. It's always good when you've got something for a Jedi that there is somewhere to store their lightsabers when you've got them in the cockpit. Now, very nice set. I really enjoyed building this. Some sets you think, and that was okay, some sets you think, I just enjoyed every part of this. And the repetitive parts, like the nacelles here, I'm using a bit of Star Trek parlance here, but the nacelles weren't too repetitive, and because of these big bits in here, it wasn't step by step by step by step, and you could build them both at the same time as they were identical. So yeah, I really enjoyed building this Y-Wing Clone Wars era Lego build. Again, spent about £20 getting it off eBay, and probably another 20 to 25 on spare parts. However, when I've seen this on eBay complete, it usually is around the £75 to £100 mark, so I think I've done quite well here. So we will build a little stand for it and we'll get it out on display. So there is the Y-Wing Clone Wars era bomber. I hope you like that, and if you could like and subscribe to my channel, I'll get more content up.